Hey everybody, Meriden Gaming here, and for today's Monday Spotlight, we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite Civilization Sims, Civilization 6. Of course, there have been quite a few of these, just because we are all the way up to 6, and there's been a few offshoots as well. But if you like turn-based civilization building games, this is one of the top ones that is out right now. It is turn-based compared to a lot of the other ones like the Total War series or Stellaris or some of those similar ones that are real time. So you do have ample time to do your strategies and whatnot. And it is multiplayer, but you can also set it to where all players take their turns at the same time, all the human players. And then once everyone hits that they are finished for their turn, then the AI makes their turn. So that just kind of gives you an idea. So yeah, let's go ahead and and you can do either a play now, which is just a standard game. You can do scenarios, which I don't have all the scenarios right now because I haven't downloaded all the scenario packs. And then you can also create your own custom game, and all these options, I believe, are available under multiplayer. Or no, you can just do the different types. Um, and then there is a new update that just came out that adds a lot of features. I haven't downloaded the newest DLC because it is, I believe, $30, which is kind of expensive. But eventually I will be getting it because this is definitely one of my favorite games to play. So let's just do a play now real quick. And you can do different settings like how fast
From
you
the
can
first
research
stirrings of
technologies.
life beneath water,
I'm going to have to wait for
to the
this to finish
great
because he's kind
beasts
of
of the
loud.
Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest, from this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Your people look to you, Emperor Pedro II, to lead Brazil onto the world stage. Use your reputation as a patron of artists, scientists, and engineers to draw the greatest minds to our fertile home. For it is in
He
the
does talk
lush
kind of slow.
rainforests, teeming with life, that your people thrive. Watch them in the carnival as they dance the samba in celebration of your great feats,
I wish I could skip
Pedro the
this part.
Magnanimous.
So basically the way this works is there's quite a few different leaders and nations that you can pick to start from. Including ancient civilizations such as the Aztecs and the Greeks, all the way up to modern civilizations like the United States. And each leader has specific extra abilities, and then also the uh, different nations, because you can have different um, more than one leader for a specific nation. Because you typically, especially for some of the older nations like Great Britain, Germany, and the like, you have ancient leaders, and then you also have some more modern leaders as well. Um, so that can really change the course of the game depending on what style of victory you're trying to go for. You have domination, which is basically you take out or ally with everyone in the game, all the opponents. Then you have cultural victory, where you just become so well renowned culturally that you win the game that way. Science victory, you try to get your science all the way up to where you get a spaceship and travel to Alpha Centauri. Then you have a religious victory, to where you have more religious followers for your specific religion, not only in your um, civilization, but in the other civilization. So it's kind of like a non-combat, but you still have your priests and whatnot will do battle with other priests to, try to take over these cities versus like a domination victory where you use units. And I'm sure there's another one that I'm forgetting, but anyway, let's get to the game. So you start off, typically most games, unless you do a scenario, with a settler and a warrior. So you're trying to find a good spot for you to start your city, which right here is pretty good. And let me turn on, where is my thing? There is an option to show the output. Oh, I think it's over here. Let's see, map options. Show yield icons. That's what we want to turn on. That way it tells you exactly how much yield you get from each thing. If you look here, you're trying to go for, especially for your first city, one that either has 2 food and 2 production, or 1 food, 2 production, 2 food, 1 production. That allows you to get the most out of your starting population. So we're going to go ahead and build our city right here. So we select our settler and we hit found city. And of course the cities are based on whatever nation you are. And then you can either manually explore with your first warrior, you can protect your city, although typically, unless there's a lot of barbarians around, you don't really have to protect all that much. But there are roving barbarians, so we're going to set him on automatic explorer, and we can pull him back if we need to. Next, you get to control what you build in your cities. So one of the first things I try to build most of the time is a builder. That will help improve the tiles around your cities to increase the output and to be able to gain access to those specialty resources. Like, I've got this rice, we've got whales out here. And as you research, you get access to more things like horses, iron, all the way up to radioactive materials for some of the larger weapons and whatnot. And then we're going to choose our research. So you have the ones you have access to, but if you hit this open technology tree, look at all these all these different researches you can do. And if you look, as you progress through here, you will progress to different ages, all the way up to the modern civilization, or modern age, or, well, it says industrial area. Uh, and this is where you get to the point of building the Alpha Centauri and whatnot to be able to uh, get a scientific victory. All right. Oh, helps if I choose one, huh? So I like to go for pottery first. That allows me to get more population, although mining is also a great option. Actually, I think we will go for mining. Because mining will allow you to put mines on hills, which increases your production, and therefore you can create things faster. Another good option was the pottery, which gives you granary, which means your population goes up quicker, because you have to use, the higher your population, the more you get to collect from the tiles around you. Your first population always, like if I hit manage citizens, you always have one here, which is always being used, and then you have, depending on how many of your population, which is this number here, you get to select a different area. So the more of these the faster your population grows, the more that you can use to collect resources. And then as your city grows and your culture rises, you're able to start uh, being able to use the ones that are further out as well. All right. And then you also have, I can't remember what they call this. It is the civics tree. This is kind of like your government and your and laws and whatnot that you set up. All right, so it's the next turn. And for the first few turns, of course, it's going to be a little slow as you start to get your civilization going. You can look around, like he just discovered something, which I don't have access to till Mercury, so it requires mining first. And look, we've got bananas here. So you're trying to get those resources so you can
Our explorers
trade.
have spotted another friendly tribal village. I said,
Okay, and of course I need to turn the tutorials off. So I'm going to select my warrior because I want him to come over here and go to the tribal village. The tribal villages are friendly non-civilizations that will allow you, that they'll either give you resources or units or even technologies.
our city continues to.
And see, look, our population grew. So now if we select our city, now we can see, look, now there's 2 extra tiles that are being used. And see, in one turn, because of my culture, I'm going to grow onto the whale, whatever you call that, tile. In addition to civilizations, you also have what are called city-states, which they don't grow, but they can do militaries and stuff, and you can send envoys to them to gain bonuses. And there's different city-states have different agendas, so that affects the types of bonus. So now we're going to do a monument, which will get us culture. Oh, needs orders. let's see, I don't think I have mining yet, so, oh, I could have done a farm here. Although mining will be ready in one turn, so in the next turn, we can build that mine to get us more production.
Who deserves more credit than the wife ever?
There we go. And now we are going to, basically you select your builder, and then you can select the options that you have available, which we're going to be doing a mine to give us more production. Let's go to research. All right, so what do we want to do next? Let's go with pottery so that we can start getting our population up faster. There is a maximum number of population per city based on the amount of housing and stuff that you have, of course. So this tribal city just boosted my progress toward mysticism. So in the civics, after I get Code of Laws, I can research mysticism faster. And now we're going to turn him back onto Auto
It would
Explorer.
seem we have finally tracked the barbarian raiders.
Okay, so we've got some raiders pretty close to our thing. So we're going to tell our things to cancel so they don't move next turn. And we will be able to go after those barbarians because you don't want those close to your cities. They will come in and raid your cities. Alright, so then we can come up here and we are going to build a farm, so that will increase our food output. So we're going to move here.
It is best to use
We are going to attack. So it is turn-based, like I said. So as you can see, we took a little bit of damage, but we did gain some experience. And at this point, we have nothing for them to do. So we're going to tell our builders to sleep. I believe in this version of the game that you can build some, yeah, see, look, he has one more build left. So in the previous games, builders had unlimited builds, but in Civ 6, you have a number of builds and then they disappear. You can also use them to increase production at a new city, like if you build a builder at a city that you've had up for a while, you can still send it to a new city in order to up your production for, you know, say you wanted a granary or a monument quicker, you send it up there, you can get that bonus. I'm going to end our turn. Oh, it says it needs orders. I thought I told it to sleep. Okay, and here we go. Let's attack again. It looks like we are losing now. Or no, we are losing slightly. So we need to back off and heal our unit. So actually what we can do is we can fortify. We can do fortified until healed, so if they attack us, well actually we really do need to move away. Would be best, and then we can fortify until healed. So they heal over time. If they're in a city or inside your borders, they heal a little bit faster, of course. Yeah, but that's how combat
enacting
works.
new policies and
At his best,
Okay, so now we've got
man
our
is the
civics.
noblest of all animals.
And now that we have research that, we can select different things. So look at this one. This one will increase our unit combat strength against barbarians. That's a great option. Then you also have the ability to either do faith and gold or extra production. I want to do faith because I want to get the bonus of a what do they call that? Pantheon. So we're going to set those agendas, and you can change them whenever you do more civics. So let's go craftsmanship. And we go to next turn.
just as our citizens have fixed.
Okay. Just keep on
I thought Clay
moving
must
along.
feel happy.
Now we've got pottery. And one thing you can do is if you come into this open technology tree, say if there's something further down that you want to get, instead of selecting individual ones, what you can do, say if I want currency. If I click currency, it will select everything in order to get there. So, but I actually want animal husbandry so we can start getting the cavalry and horses will appear on the map. Because resources don't appear until you have researched the technology in order to use them. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get a slinger so we can help help our warrior take on those barbarians. Next turn. And look, we expanded again. Now we can get the rice if we have the proper technology in order to use them. So yeah, and they automatically try to, you can select kind of what you want to be your options. Like if you can either manually select which ones you want to use, or you can say if I want as much science as possible, then they will that city will automatically try to select the best things to give you the most science, or whichever option you want. All right. Keep waiting. Okay, so they are fully healed. So we got barbarian scouts. Let's go ahead and fight these scouts and try to take them out if we can. So how much damage did we take? We just took a little bit, and we took more than half of theirs, so we should be able to take the scout out next turn. And then the barbarians we can take on the next turn. I thought they automatically healed, but maybe in Civ 6 they don't. It's been a while since I've played. Okay, so now we can get our slingers and get them down here as well to help the warriors. And basically the way it works is if you have a ranged unit, depending on their range, either they could be right next to a unit, but if the unit they're attacking does not have ranged weapons, you will be able to attack and they won't attack back. Whereas if we attack in melee, like with our warriors, they attack each other. And next turn we should be able to take them out and take over that city, or that tribal whatever. Let's go ahead and get a granary going. Actually, you might want to go for a settler. If I can remember how to switch it. Change the production. Settler is 9 turns. Nah, let's keep it with granary and we can do settler next. And then once you have a well, no, let's go for settler now. That way I can show you how you expand your empire.
This military unit has proven.
Oh, so they have gained a promotion. So we're going to click the promotion tab, and basically you can kind of pick what options you want to increase their effectiveness. So I want to go with increased effectiveness, and since they promoted, they also refilled their health. Oh, and that is the one problem. Whenever you depromote, that uses its turn.
If there are no dogs in heaven.
Alright, so that is done. It doesn't look like we have any horses near us, sadly enough, but, it's okay. Let's see, what do we want to go for next? I want to go for riding, because that will increase my science, and therefore I'll be able to get other stuff faster. Alright, so let's take out these barbarians. And there we go. Now we took over the thing, and look, now we have a boosted military tradition civic. And then next turn we can take out those scouts. And actually, now that we have taken out that city, we don't need to have our slingers down here. So we're going to put them in our city to help defend. Because if you do have other nations around you that are hostile to you, you want to have defenses. And I believe, of course, they always heal when they're in a city, but I believe they also don't cost as much. And let's get this. Oh, 40 gold. There you go. Oh, see, here's horses. So we would want to expand down here in order to get those horses. And actually, well, I'll have to wait till next turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal, and then once it's fully healed, we'll start exploring again. So 5 turns until the settler is complete. And actually, yes, they can do. Let's go ahead and use our last build on the rice, so that will give us a farm, which will increase the food production. Alright, so, and of course, to do ranged attacks on enemies, you have to select the ranged attack from the menu. But we are going to fortify here on the city to defend it.
Skill without imagination is craftsmanship.
Alright, let's see what we got. Let's keep what we have for now. And choose a new civic. See that military traditions and foreign trade are both boosted, but we haven't met any new civilizations, so let's go with military. And we can do a farm. Very nice. Alright, and next turn we should have our settler fairly soon. Okay, so they are done healing, so we will have them start exploring. Oh look, here's Jade.
Several closely
Ooh, a
situated
natural
granite peaks
wonder.
resembling tiger's teeth dramatically soar about a kilometer into the sky.
So those give you bonuses when it's a natural wonder if you have cities nearby. There we go. Gotta hit
Through
the X.
exploration, we have...
Oh, and it boosted our, I think it said astrology, right? Yeah. And we should be having our settler this next turn, and then we can kind of show you. Okay, so typically the way it works is your cities can pull or use resources within 2 hexagons away. So you want to maneuver yourself to at least the 5th one away, which there's not really a good one here because I would be... Actually, no, you can take over a luxury. So if we place here, we gain access to the luxury and then be able to build build up our city from there. All right, and let's get ourselves a scout so we can scout around faster. Scouts, unlike warriors, can move through forests and stuff faster, so they can move 2 spaces instead of the standard 1. Oh, and there are some barbarian scouts. So let's go ahead and where is my units? There we go. I've got them. Move them here. And of course, they can't move and do a ranged attack at the same turn, so we are limited by that. And those scouts are running away.
Is being the only one.
Let's see, what do we have? Anything new that we want? Not really. Although the melee units would have been nice. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do foreign trade since it's already boosted. That will help. I'm not going to be able to attack on this turn. And our scout should be available now. Alright, so now we just tell him to automatically explore. We'll bring our slingers back. And that's pretty much what this game is all about. You meet new civilizations, you can either be diplomatic towards them, which I promise I don't have any ones, but you would come into, if you click on one of the other civilizations, you would have options to either send gifts or delegations or ally with them, stuff like that. But yes, this is a really fun game. It does take a few turns to get going, especially if you're doing multiplayer and you're having to wait on the other players, unless they have the ability to do everyone's turn at the same time. You want to get those extra resources in order to get access to those better units and whatnot, and expand to increase your production and of not only culture but units and gold and whatnot to win the game based on the different types of things that you have. Sorry about that. Had to mute my mic. I had a phone call on the landline. But yeah, so this is definitely one of my favorite games, especially if you like those civilization sims. And yeah, once again, the Spirit in Gaming. Don't forget to check out Civilization 6, and I'll see you on the world map.